Oh, hell. I knew this would happen. I knew that it would happen. See? We spent we're going to spend all this money.
Both of you.
And now,
both of you, get yourself
together. And now we gotta spend more money to get him back. If we want our outfits, and that guy out there he's making our outfit, but what if he makes them for somebody else? Because he didn't even say it serious. He didn't even like he was planning it. And he's gone. And there's a donut over there. And
the only solid thing here is a jelly, and that is embarrassing. Pull yourself together. You're a bear.
Okay.
We're all upset, Cleo, but some of us are holding ourselves together. No.
My outfit is supposed to hold me together.
Cleo, calm down. Cleo, put the donut down. You, Bernstein, please.
I will not. I need this donut for my heart.
You two get out. What are we gonna do? You two get out there. There are outfits that need to be made. If Kheen can't be found, then Kheen will not be making them. Snap out of it, you two. Stop it.
I can't. Oh, lady, this isn't about you even.
But Kheen, he's gone.
We were even gonna get something for Boris.
Wait, you people, you're adventurers, yes?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
You've been in some tough spots, yes?
I mean, we are in one right now.
We're going to need somebody to make the transaction. Don't worry, I can get the money together. We have plenty of petty cash, but
wait.
We need someone's got to go and save the master.
Yes,
but you got the money.
Yes, of course. We've got more than enough.
You got the money.
I'm sure I could get it together very quickly, but that's not the problem. I cannot.
Well,
I could not step foot outside and face these horrible criminal activities myself.
Well, if we can get our outfits with a very good, maybe pro bono for doing the work.
If you save the master, I'm sure you get a significant discount.
Right.
You got any more of them prawn candies?
Yes. We would like a bowl of grass prawn.
Yeah.
Very good. Come down to the waiting room. I'll get the money together.
Right. Excellent.
I'm taking that donut too.
Welcome, everybody. This is an episode. That's what I'm calling an episode. I've done this shtick before, bro. I don't really ad-lib any grandiosity around it, even though it is grand. It is magnificent. It is an installation of that cannot be imitated brand of roll the dice comedy known as the Backwater Bastards in space.
In space.
That's right. Hello, guys.
Got that.
I'm DM Dick. That's me. Thank you. Over there we've got Dan, aka Dr. Z, the jellyfish psychic man.
Solid jelly at the ready.
And just across the table there is Taylor, aka Tay, aka Cleo, the ursine bear armored explosives creature.
Liquid carnivore.
What?
That sounded like maybe it was like the opposite of what you were going for.
Solid jelly, liquid carnivore? Yeah.
Yeah, those are our cologne lines.
Liquid those are your fucking like Metal Gear Solid characters.
It does. I was thinking that the whole time.
I am liquid carnivore.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
This is an announcement for all of you listening from home. We are actually the team that they've chosen to redesign Metal Gear Solid, and
you'll see an announcement in a few months, and we're allowed to drop it here now first, but
before them, because that's usually how these kinds of things work, right?
Yeah. So this is a little bit of
anyway.
leak.
Please don't send us a cease and desist, and if you want to, then good luck with that international postage. Nah.
Volcano Lion, you will be defeated.
Come get me on my island. Yeah.
Anyway, let's not talk about Metal Gear Solid. Let's talk about where we are.
Let's talk about it.
Cleo and Z, having come to check out Kheen's designs, were floored by the magnificence of Kheen's designs. Kheen, not only did he design, like magnificent, unique armors for the two of them, he also he designed them around these perfectly drawn, idealized versions of them, making them look just so much cooler than they've ever looked before. And
that felt good to see those.
No
those
longer
arts.
piece of garbage.
I'm still a piece of garbage.
I'm going to TikTok in here.
But when somebody has drawn you really nice, you don't have to let people know that you're a piece of garbage. You can just tweet that all day long.
Yep.
Like, oh, look at this. This is exactly what I look like.
This is definitely how small my neck is.
It's becoming my profile picture.
I mean, I've still got framed on my wall a couple of portraits of me where I look a lot better than the real me.
Oh.
My wall was just covered with pictures of myself, by the way.
I love this.
Yeah. DM'd it.
Are they on the ceiling above your bed or?
No, I don't need a picture for there.
Just a mirror.
Yeah. Everybody listening at home, that was the setup.
Yeah.
So anyway, fascinating insight into my inner world aside.
It's a two-way mirror, and we're on the other side of it.
The attic men. I'm in the attic watching through the one-way glass.
We're in there, and you just see a coin
Eating
come
spaghetti.
through, and you just know
Eating
that it's
spaghetti.
time. Yeah.
It's time.
That's actually how we met, Dick.
Well, yeah.
I live in a special accommodation. It's a lot cheaper than normal rent, I tell you.
Well, because he has to do the show
Yeah.
to stay.
Yeah.
That
And
was
if we
the
tip,
implication.
we're not ridiculous. We'll tip. We don't just
I
pay
don't.
the entrance fee. We will, if he does a good show, we'll keep going.
I don't.
Yeah, long story short, if
I don't
people
tip.
really like what they see, sometimes they can pop around the back and knock on the door. It's just how it goes. And,
Compliments to the chef.
oh, it's not far from the truth. Right. Anyhow,
I want that moon.
those pictures, they were made, they were good, they liked them.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
We did. Enough.
I'll
Enough
never
of Dick's
move
inner
on.
workings.
And upon spotting
Sex challenge achieved.
Bernster, the executive assistant of the magnificent Kheen,
Right.
she spotted that they were impressed. They were impressed with the things right, well, Kheen can get up out of bed then and do some work today because it looks like we are actually making these things. But, shock and horror, Kheen is missing. The bastards, after a little bit of a sort of a trek through the factory floor, through the hallway of fabrics, where Dr. Z thought he spotted Kheen, but possibly all he spotted was a smaller ream of fabric.
Well, no, and as Cleo pointed out, evidence, and that evidence has now been left there as evidence.
Yeah,
Safekeeping.
like you're supposed to, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to disturb the scene.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, exactly.
Knocking everything down.
Right. Well, yeah. But, yeah, we did the right thing.
We're professional. We did the right thing.
The bastards were allowed into Kheen's private quarters,
Cool.
which is an apartment hanging out the edge of the giant sort of glass dome that is Kheen Armories.
Yeah.
I guess it's called the Kheen building. And they're kind of impressed with his interior decor and his the signs of the kind of lifestyle being led. But more importantly, Kheen himself was missing, and in his place was a note, a ransom note, demanding. How much money was it again?
Like 120,000 or something ridiculous. 100,000
Way
credits.
more than we are willing to give, and that's
Yeah.
why we were concerned.
Yeah.
I should have written down the exact number. It's a bit silly to not remember the number off by heart, isn't it?
I think it was 100,000 credits.
100,000 credits.
Yeah.
Well then, eagle-eared viewers, listeners.
Let us know on our
if-
Discord.
Yeah, if I'm wrong, well, it is an arbitrary number that I knew the bastards couldn't afford, so as long as we stay up there, it's fine. And upon spotting the locale to which the ransom is to be delivered, Bernster revealed that it is the headquarters of K2K2, the other fancy armorer in town.
Well, at least for us, we get to hit two birds with one stone now.
Yeah, you need to go see K2 anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
can't wait to see how hard we either got ripped off just now or, like, what if K2K2 has been captured by the same individual?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what? Like, how many layers are there in the onion?
I bet there are going to be some.
Scam.
This isn't your single layer lasagna. This isn't
Levels,
one layer.
Layers. There's a lot of ins and outs, a lot of comings and goings, a lot of interested parties, a lot of things to, you know. So you got to stick to a strict drug regime to keep your mind limber.
Well, I am ready to go.
My regime will be the prawn and grass candy bowl.
So anyway, yes, Burnstar escorted the bastards back down to the waiting room, proffered unto Cleo a great big bowl of candies. They are of a sort of an orangey pink color that could be confused with prawn.
They are.
Oh, they are.
There's no
There's no confusion. Yeah.
I have an extremely high functioning and varied palate.
Delicate palate.
Delicate. It's kind of like how like humans can only see like 3 colors, but I can see like 309.
Yeah.
309.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing as that. And I'm just gonna kind of be holding this bowl myself, dipping in, kind of shoveling them down. I'm drooling in the bowl a little bit.
What's Dr. Z doing in the waiting room?
I'll be communicating with Parter then, trying to organize our next travel. Try and make sure that can be organized and ready.
Sounds good. So sort of like priming Parter to take you through the city, shoveling in some candies, some prawn candies. The bastards are sort of, you know, like making themselves comfortable as they wait. When finally Burnstar comes tearing through the door. She has in one hand a locked up briefcase, very similar to the one that Dr. Z himself has been floating about, but quite a bit larger.
Oh yes.
And you can see she's heftier because she's not a huge being, and it's like it's like for her it's like a suitcase, you know. She's kind of like almost like scuffing it along the ground.
I have the money. I have the money as required. Please, you cannot open this. You cannot take it yourselves. The safety of our master is depending on it. Please, I have to be able to trust you people.
Yeah. Well.
We also need to be able to trust you.
Yeah. I mean it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna take that case and I'm gonna clip it to my back.
Clip.
Like it probably has a handle, right?
Yeah.
So
like
I'm just like gonna do a carabiner kind of thing through that handle, clip it on, like whatever. This is just another bag.
And she's almost like, it sort of like slips out of her hands as you take it. It's like she's almost reluctant to let it go, but she does let you just pull it out of her hands and strap it up, sort of looking at it big-eyed. Well, small, as big as her small beady eyes can get, at least.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to also require that we're going to need to shake on it.
And I'll reach out the jelly, and then the tentacle will be just inside the jelly.
She just sort of like, what? And then reaches out a hand and clutches Dr. Z's hand, and at that point she sort of pulls him towards her. It's like,
you must make sure you bring him back. But don't hand over the money until you see him alive.
Yes.
And then I'm going to do my telepathy and my hacking. Oh no, it's a 9 on the telepathy and a 21 on the hacking.
Well, on the bright side, your successful hacking does add a +5 to your telepathy roll, which brings it up to a 14.
Ooh.
Nice.
Which is success, not as stunning as. I mean, I've never even like had to mention exactly how this works because you always just roll like fucking 220s.
I guess that's right. Yeah, I always get really lucky with those rolls and then like very poor with everything else.
But yeah, like this is much like, remember that we had that person who was a precog where I rolled
Right.
a precog roll and then it gave a +5 to her like dodges and stuff. It's same kind of deal. Yeah, you're just boosting up your telepathy to ridiculous, shouldn't be able to fail levels. Anyway, so you as you sort of mind hack her, you do get in. It's not like you don't get total control of her brain, but that's not really what you're trying to do anyway. So you're able to sort of tap into her thoughts. Is there anything in particular you're searching for? Do you want?
Just as the money is what's in the briefcase, and is there any like, are we being set up type thing?
So there is 100,000 credits in this briefcase.
Okay.
Strapped to Cleo's back, legitimately at least as far as Bernstein knows, she's gone into the safe. She's taken out real money and put it into this briefcase. There is also a tracking device secreted inside.
Okay. I'm going to, I'll say that to Bernstein then. No, I should keep that. No, I'm going to keep that secret. I won't let Bernstein know that I know that.
Like, now, Bernster, is there anything else? Are you setting us up? Are we walking into a firefight?
I know as much as you do. Like, please. I wouldn't give up this amount of credits lightly. We must bring back the master. He's given me everything.
Right. All right. Well then, the credits are safe with us, as long as our outfits will be safe with you when we return.
Of course, I will keep things running at this end.
All right.
Cleo's gonna kind of take like a whole bunch of those candies and sort of dump them into like a panel that shouldn't be a pocket but has ripped, and so it's kind of like it's like a pocket that shouldn't be, and I'm gonna dump them into there, and I'm gonna look at her, and I'm just gonna say, "Why don't you go up there and tell that guy, put a pocket in the next one, yep, candy pocket."
I really... No, we need the master back to initiate any sort of change in his designs. I could never...
Well...
Would you like me to find out if there is already a candy pocket in the design?
No. I would like to know that there's a candy pocket in the design, and if he don't come back, then ain't gonna be nobody to get mad about it.
Well, please, you must bring him back then, for all our sakes.
Well, I mean, I will be trying, but it's just gonna be hard trying knowing that I'm coming home to no candy pocket. Thank you.
She's sort of like looking stunned at Cleo, not entirely sure if she should be taking this seriously or not.
This is very serious, and I'm now going to leave the premises.
Yes, I'll follow.
Storming out.
Yeah.
Disillusioned with the entire process.
This has been an emotional day, is the thing. And I need a pocket. I need to know. I need to know there's going to be a pocket. I need to know that if I ask for a pocket, I can just have it. Come on. What kind of planet is this?
Well, no, they've got an artisan who everything goes through him.
Well, you know
Which
what?
is why they've got to get him back as quickly as possible.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm heading out.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the case, like, clipped onto my back.
Just jiggling about there.
Yep.
So as you step out, Parter has already, having been hailed by Dr. Z, has already lumbered their way to outside and is sort of standing there, looming over the street and lifting up one hand and giving like a little sort of finger wave, a little wave at the two of you as you come out of Kheen's building.
Ah, excellent. Parter, have you been waiting long?
Oh, not long, Z. I thought I could pick up some breakfast on the way. Looks like I managed the time exactly right. I do pride myself on my punctuality. Sorry. A little bit of breakfast coming up.
Oh, we definitely appreciate it. Do you know where we're going? Do you know the area?
Oh, well, you did send me an address, and it's a pretty well shapen route. We're sort of talking the factories just outside of the war district. I think I can get you there mighty easily.
All right, I'll load up. Where are you going to sit, Cleo, on Parter?
I really like to sit near the front so that I can, like, kind of hang out with him.
We'll both sit at the... If there's space, we both sit at the front and just feed him grass prawns.
Yeah, I imagine like you got your bench seats. You're like sitting on like with your on the seats, so your back's towards him, but then you're turned around like to face at him. So
oh, that's cool.
I like to be a part of it. Like I don't want to sit because like we're not. Parter's our friend now. You know, like Parter's one of us.
You're not sitting at the back being chauffeured. You're sitting up there as close to him as possible, almost sort of like leaning an arm towards him.
Heck yeah. So we can all talk.
Yeah.
And maybe he can, like, if he sees something cool, he'll point it out. I don't know if you can tell that I'd really like to do something like this in my real life right now, desperately. And it's been a couple years now, so...
It's been a few years of the same. Yeah.
So, as exciting on the inside as it is on the outside. I've always wanted to go inside that place, but, the door's a little bit too small, unfortunately, for myself.
Part of the only thing that you're missing out on in there, I just brought it out here. And I'm gonna hand him some
Yes.
prawns.
Oh, kindly obliged.
He sort of just puts them in his mouth. You can say they just sort of vanish. They're like drift behind his tongue. Like they're very tiny for him.
Could I maybe
them.
impart the what we've seen like telepathically so that Parter gets to see what's inside there?
Oh, you certainly could.
Okay, I'll reach down and touch Parter and.
Parter, if you would like to see, I can share my memories of the place with you.
So have a little telepathy roll just in case you do something catastrophic.
Oh my god, if you roll bad, does he get like a weird picture of like...
Sees me in the
It's
locker.
like when you're trying to show like a home video, but then like there's a part where like you didn't tape over something that you're doing, like some kind of like weird
or scrolling through your
dancing.
phone to show a photo of your pets, and then there's another photo of something else.
yeah.
Of
a
your
photo
bum?
of someone else's
bum.
pets. And they realize you're some sort of creep that goes around taking photos of other people's animals.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's me though.
Oh, you creep. Oh.
I am, I guess. I am.
But
I'm not
no,
even embarrassed.
Dr. Z manages to only send those particular memories.
So, as you can see, Parter, the best part has just come out here with us. Grasp.
Oh, see. Well, it's not an unimpressive building though. I've always been curious about stairs. I don't get to climb them myself. They've always been built a little bit on the slender and small size. Although most of the buildings here I can obviously just hop right up on top of anyway. So sometimes I just pretend.
Yes. Pretend to just climb stairs by climbing a building.
I know what you're thinking. Sounds a bit funny, but I always ask permission first.
Parter, we all have our hobbies.
As Parter strides out of this little like arty boho district where Kheen has set up shop, back into the war district where once again you can sort of hear this hollering and whooping as you go past. There's the flashing nightlife of people like shooting their pistols into the air and all sort of kind. This is the morning, but again, like day and night doesn't mean a heck of a lot in this place. It's not a planet after all. People operate on whatever schedules they're feeling.
Ooh, my paradise.
Yeah.
A city that never sleeps because it hasn't got a bed to go back to.
Oh, dang.
Sad.
You ever done that? You just stay up all night because you ain't got
Yes.
anywhere to sleep?
Yep.
Well.
Anyway.
Who? Well,
Got real. Got real.
got
Parter.
real quiet.
With the little hover rickshaw, it was a big hover rickshaw, carries the bastards through this area. And you do see there are a lot of people, there is a bit of sadness in the eyes of some of them. Like some of these people didn't really mean to be out here drinking at this time in the morning, but what choice do
Whoa.
they have?
It's
What?
all right. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I yelled that out.
It's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere.
There's a whole lot of raised glasses as the party resumes. All doubts allayed.
Yeah,
Cleo's
there we
gonna
go.
throw out prawns to people.
There's at least one little drunk sort of toad alien that's hops up and tries to catch them in its mouth, and it's like and it misses every single
Yes.
one.
No, I will make sure. How do I help him? What
Dexterity roll.
Okay, I will. Okay, everybody, take a moment.
Yeah.
Wherever
This
you
is
are
for-
in the world.
This is for
Please
the frog.
bow your head. Please bow your head and go inside the core of your existence and pray to whatever deities you give an orange to in your life, that we can help the frog have a candy, because he needs it. We can tell that he needs it. He deserves it. He is a pure and beautiful creation of life in the universe of orbital refuse. And here we go. Roll them dice.
We're talking a 7.
Okay.
So Cleo, this time aiming for one patron in specific, the big, wide-gulleted toad creature. She throws wide, but the toad, realizing that this might be the last chance, as Parter's sort of striding rather fast, takes a leap for it.
Oh, it still could work.
Wow.
Still could work. Come on, drunken fist
You
boxing.
can-
What's it called?
I believe in you.
And I've rolled a 2.
Oh wait, this is not a fight, so that's okay. Wow.
the
Oh my
toad
God.
leaping like gleefully, like I'm gonna get this thing, and sort of like lands in a puddle, skittering over, rolling over in the dirt as the candy goes plunk in the puddle next to it, and it sort of like looks left, looks right,
Still good!
and then its tongue shoots out, catches the candy, and sucks it in.
2-second rule.
Cleo, Cleo cheers as they round the corner.
And the toad raises one fist as you guys vanish off around the corner.
We made some friends, I think.
I think that was a success, actually. I know it might
think
not
they
look
all
like a
work.
success to
But it-
many, but to me, that's a success. I
Like,
got
there
a
was-
candy inside that toad.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
There was-
freaking go.
There was some mutual bonding over real experiences right there.
That was real. I believe in that toad.
Being like a non-dexterous anthropomorphized food lover. Anthropomorphized animal food lover.
That's exactly who I am as a person, so...
It's great.
Anyway, as you sort of come out of the more raucous part of the war district, and you sort of get by these much more back into these lines of militaristic huts, where outside you see there's a disproportionate amount of synths out there. A lot of them, like, they look like they're the bare bones sort of, you know, members of like military droids, where like all their armored pieces have been taken off, and they've sort of instead, you know, they've just got these almost skeletal frames from which they're dangling lots of tools.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And there's just people out there like just like building and reassembling great big blaster rifles and all that sort of thing. In a lot of these cases, you do see like armor plating, just sort of like, you know, like, because a lot of them are like sitting on their porch and they've got the door wide open. You can see like, you know, little mannequins with the armor plating just sort of there, or like leaning against the wall. You can see that these droids could equip themselves up if they weren't currently being artisans.
Oh, that's awesome.
I almost wish we had a synth on the team.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you get sort of further out, you're back into trash country where there's a lot less going on. There is still a road though that has been like actually sort of properly paved. It's a little bit sort of gravelly and dirty, but there is a road. It's part of
Well, almost there now. Just need to keep your wits about yourselves now. If you could, I'd be mighty obliged if you could just keep an eye out in the directions that are, well, don't have much in the way of periphery, you see. Just the one eye.
All right. Yes, I'll roll a...
I've got you, Pater.
and roll a perception. 18.
18. So Dr. Z is keeping
He
a
perceives it.
very good
Perceiving.
lookout.
Perceiving in process.
Yeah, now we're just going to be thinking like synth mode. How would we be synths?
I would be this kind of sin.
Anyway, so Dr. Z is keeping a very good lookout, which is good
it.
because as you're coming out of the
That's the
city,
synth.
and up ahead there is this big factory, which is the location. If you've been keeping an eye on your GPS, on your little star map, you can tell that you're approaching the coordinates offered in the note, and it is just a big long factory out ahead of you, which obviously K2K2 is assembling stuff in there. But behind a mound of trash, just idly looking around, keeping an eye out, Dr. Z spots something stirring and moving behind a mound of trash.
Oh no.
Almost like a hill. It's like you catch it's the briefest look of like someone's head sort of pop up for a second and then vanish behind it again.
I'm going to reach out with telepathy in that area. 24.
24. So you reach out there and you spot no intelligent life. All you can hear are the murmurs of the brains of tiny little mammals, like perhaps rodents, sort of
Parser.
gnawing about in the trash.
Pater.
Yes, see?
Just
See
over
something?
there. Yes. Something rustling underneath the stuff over there. I get the feeling it's some type of small-brained rodent, perhaps.
Well, there's a lot of them. I don't really have to worry too much about them unless they swarm, of course. You don't want to run into a swarm of them. Not if you're that close to the ground.
Would a swarm of them be a worry for you?
Well, I'd be worried that I might lose the two of you, but I think I'll be all right. Yeah.
Hold on. What do you mean?
Well, the thing is, I don't know that I could lift you both. I could lift the whole thing up above my head for a little while, but well, if there's a swarm of little rodents biting at my ankles, well, who's to say how long I can keep my balance?
Fair enough.
What?
That-
I ain't
that's
afraid of
terrifying.
rats.
Yes, do not worry, Parter. We can help you if something starts biting at your ankles.
See?
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Yes, Cleo.
Anyway, we haven't seen any of those swarms for a couple of weeks, so I think we'll be all right.
See?
Yes.
See?
Cleo. Yes, Cleo.
See?
Yes.
See? What's he mad about? Rats. What is that? What's going on? Why?
I think he's worried that we're going to get hurt by rats. Parter sees rats as being small, swarmy things, and is worried that since we're small, we may get hurt by rats. But Parter,
I ain't small.
Cleo ain't small, and we got guns and blades.
Well, it's a very good start. Shall I keep us going then, should I?
Well,
Yes.
like, maybe just drive away from that pile.
Right, yes.
There's rats in it.
Yes, if there's rats in the pile, yes, I agree. Let's give it a wide berth.
Well, okay, I can head out sort of around in a wider circle. I mean, we kind of got to go right by it to get to the factory, but
Dick wants us to get eaten by rats today.
Eaten by rats. Yeah.
Hold
The
on,
thing
I
is,
think-
I think it's like we're passing like synths, right? So I think I'm picking up that with telepathy that there's a rat there. But I think in actual fact there could be a synth there. I mean, we are going out to K2K2's area, so I think there's probably a robot
Yeah.
out there.
What if it's robot rats?
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to shout out.
You there, hiding in the mound.
You get a real silence, and then you hear what sounds almost like a breaking twig.
I heard that.
Scurrying as multiple rats go flying out of the pile. Only about 3 or 4 rats.
I hate this.
Skittering off into other parts of the trash heap.
That's
I know
it?
you're still there. Now, I am going to have to fire upon that location unless you make yourself known.
And there's
Alright,
silence.
I've got you in my sights. Cleo, right over
And
here.
point a laser sight at that spot.
Cleo is here with me.
Yeah, and I'm big.
Big and scary and hungry. Cleo, you so hungry.
Covered in grease, and I eat rats. Like,
We ain't scared of rats.
yeah. Oh my god, Dick's rolling a lot, you guys.
I'm rolling some dice.
Oh,
He's
that means there's
rolling-
multiple people there.
Wait, oh my god. Dick has rolled 3 times and
3
he hasn't
times.
explained himself, and we've just tried to pretend like we're big, and everything's messed up. We've made a mistake. We're sorry.
So you're pointing the laser sighters at the mound
Yeah.
Yeah.
and sort of shouting out, when all of a sudden you catch at the corner of your eye a flicker. What is highly recognizable as stealth technology.
Great.
As something around sort of humanoid size and shape is sort of like flickering past your vision ahead of you.
So
It's
not a
moving-
rat.
Moving out from behind, like it looks as though
Alright.
it's run. It's sort of like through the trash on silent feet, out from the side of the mound, sort of like moving into position ahead of you.
I've got a shield projector, right?
You do.
I'm going to project my shield in front of where I think they're running. So to try and
Try
make
and
a
catch
wall
them.
so they can like bounce into it.
Oh, I like that.
That's nice.
Yeah, give me a dex roll, I think.
A dex? All right.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Come
Dan.
on, I can do this. It's just a d20, isn't
I
it?
believe.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Thank you, Cleo.
You're
12.
smart and beautiful.
Oh,
Shazam.
I haven't heard that in a
really
while.
good.
That's
12.
nice. Thank you. Just on a personal level, thanks. As I said in the sidearm, I saw myself in a shopping mirror and I felt really bad. So,
So I've rolled a 3
Okay.
as you project the shield up.
yeah.
Somebody's about to get screen doored.
So
In
the
mouth.
flicker that you were
Garbage.
seeing, you've estimated its trajectory, its location. You've opened up a shield directly in front of it, and there's a crashing and a sparkling as something clearly runs straight into your shield.
Can
There's the sparks and burning and flickering as the stealth effect kind of wears thin and sort of flickers, and you can see a tall, 6.5 foot, fully armored synth
Shit.
is there, sort of like shaking about, having crashed into the energy shield.
Well, that ain't a rat.
Quickly, Cleo, get it in your sights in case this rat decides to change its mind and attack us. And,
Oh, well, yep, alright,
Parter,
alright.
Parter, can you get us closer?
all right. Well, Are you sure they were working alone? It's
Right, alright. Keep your... Fair point, Parter. Keep your wits about you. It's
right. Well, I'm bringing us in. If they never try anything, I can scoop them up in one hand. It's fine.
And as Parter is working their way forward, the synth in front of you, sort of like shaking about, like brushing itself down, like grabs a smoking chunk of technology off its own chest and sort of like looks at it, rips it off and just tosses it on the ground as the stealth effect sort of just flickers and fades and all the sort of the jittering and electrocuting stops, and sort of looks up at you. It has a faceless head, no sort of humanoid type markings, and it has a very, very big blaster gun strapped to its back, but it raises both hands and doesn't go for the gun.
Right. Now, we are here to see K2K2.
I believe that is true. However, I am here to see you.
Pointing directly at Cleo.
What?
You have something that we want.
Oh, he wants the money.
Or the cell. Or have you got your stealth, your sleeve engine?
Yeah. But we don't talk about it, so maybe, like, how could anyone know?
I mean, that's dick magic right there, though, isn't it?
I have the sleeve engine, and I have the duality orb from Lucas that, like...
Oh, yeah.
I have both of those things.
Got a few trinkets and baubles.
Well, because I don't take those off. Like, those stay with me. Like, I have those two things. You know, I don't really have anything else. Yeah, I don't have anything else that's, like, really fancy other than, like, the old hand from Dietz.
And everything else, like, I mean, you've got, like, your special gun that is designed for a bear to use, but ultimately, if that gets broke, you can, like, you can make do with other stuff.
I have 3 hands.
Yeah.
I have the Rango hand, the Dr. Z hand, and the old Dietz hand.
It's actually a bit creepy at this point.
Yeah, and I have Dietz's old leg. And then I have, like... the yellow energy staff whip from the bandit camp
That's awesome.
that I took.
Oh, that's quite a cool one.
Yeah, it is. I was like, I'm picking that up.
I'll shout out,
What do you mean you're here to see Cleo? And who sent you?
That information is not necessary. Please hand over what you are carrying, and there will be no further hostilities.
What do you mean? I carry all kinds of things. And I throw him a candy.
The candy goes ka-ting, and bounces off the armored form of the synth.
And then he shoots me. So.
Well, you see the synth. It's like it's not moving at all. It's like dead still. Like you would think it was inoperative. It doesn't. It doesn't have like glowy eyes or anything to show and it is so still. But you do see, almost imperceptible at first, its right hand, like its fingers, spreading.
What?
There's
That's what I was carrying.
Inclination back towards its back. It's moving incredibly slow, but almost as though all its gears are primed, as though
Okay.
it could.
is
at
this
any
just
moment
Cleo seeing this,
make
or do I
a
see it
quick
as well?
draw. I think you're all seeing it.
Okay, I'm thinking, but
I told him
sticky
that's what I was
bombs.
carrying.
I've got
you
sticky
still
bombs.
have those?
I've got 3 sticky bombs.
Wait. Let's not attack him yet,
No.
right? Because he just did like a twitch.
Oh, okay. Actually, wait. Can I
What if you hack him?
flick the shield to like surround him now? Because it was put in, or is he inside the shield, or is he just run into a shield?
I'm thinking that you just sort of like just dropped it in front of him and he just bounced into it and then he sort of like stopped.
Is there
Yeah.
any way I can flick it to surround him, or?
Can you trap? I feel like if you did a hack to your own shield, you could reverse the shield.
I mean, you
so
can, but like it's obviously like he can like just like one shot basically he can break himself out of it.
Oh,
Can he?
okay.
Because it's the same old energy shield. It only takes
Okay.
5 hit points, you know.
Okay.
So you can trap him, but it is just like like one decent shot or a couple of shots and he's out.
Maybe we should shield ourselves.
Well, so I think like you can definitely do that, but
But we
means
can't
it
shield
means you don't have
harder.
it for yourself.
Yeah, okay. Maybe wait.
Okay, yeah.
What if you can like what if we keep talking to him but you hack him?
I need to be near him. I need to
You need to get in an
I need to
interface.
get to an interface on him.
Wow. We're
this
we're
You're
stick-
in-
not gonna have Wi-Fi when your entire brain is a computer.
You know what? Can I just say what we need to invent for you on our shopping trip? You know how I made those magnet bombs for you?
Yeah.
We need to create like magnet bombs for you so that you can.
Oh, you throw it and it clamps onto them, and then it like interfaces, and then you've got a remote.
That's
Yeah,
that is
we need
great idea. I
we
love
need
it.
that
idea.
for you.
Yeah.
So that you can be.
My first thought was
100%
like
into
kind of
that.
like a grappling gun thing. It's got like a tube and then like a suction thing. It goes, and then you can hack from the other end of it, like while they got the string on. They're like, no.
Yeah. I like that too.
I love this idea. I'm definitely gonna.
What if you gave me one of your magnet bombs and I remade it with some of your matter on it? What if I made that now?
Okay, yeah, no, that's great. Okay, I'm gonna I'll hand Cleo a sticky bomb that I've got.
Oh,
So-
see, I can't believe you kept this.
Yes,
My heart is just like a scalded herd of turtles.
and then I'll keep.
Can't even believe that.
I'll try to keep him chatting.
Beautiful. Unbelievable. Let me see if I can. Let me
How
have a
many
look at that.
of you are here?
This is also non-required information.
Right. And how far are you willing to take this?
I have no desire to lose my life in this attempt.
Right.
I have built an explosive.
Not sure if it's just me, but I feel like I'm so much more inclined to shop and eat healthier when the weather is nice outside. Like when I can just peruse the cute little farmer's market on a sunny summer Saturday, I'm so much better at grabbing the seasonal fruits and veggies and just overall gravitating towards fresh produce and away from heavier processed foods. So I've been trying to combat that this winter, and as we head into spring, something I'm bringing with me are my HelloFresh orders. With HelloFresh, you're getting seasonal ingredients picked at peak ripeness, and you can really taste the quality. Ingredients also always travel from the farm to your home in less than 7 days, so you know they're fresh, which is so helpful when I'm missing that farmer's market energy. It also doesn't hurt that making their delicious dinners is a cinch with chef-crafted seasonal recipes and ingredients already pre-portioned, so all you have to do is cook and enjoy. I made this salmon limon with a veggie couscous last week, and not only were the veggies so fresh and wonderful, but it made me try a new way of cooking salmon, which was a learning experience and also cooked faster than I usually do it, so I appreciated that. Also, you may have heard me talk about Green Chef before, which is now actually owned by HelloFresh. I really do love both, and with so many options to choose from, there really is something for everyone. If you'd like to try out HelloFresh for yourself, go to hellofresh.com/realm60 and use code REALM60 for 60% off plus free shipping. That's hellofresh.com/realm60 and use code REALM60 for 60% off plus free shipping of America's #1 meal kit.
But I've not really built an explosive. I've taken I keep wanting to call it an LED throwy because in real life that's what they're for, like to put an LED on that you can like magnet to the bottom of a bridge or something.
Yeah.
Light graffiti. But
instead you've taken off the explosive component.
Yeah, I'm keeping the explosive component because this is not meant to be a weapon at this point. I want it to still magnetize, but I have rebuilt it so that it can be like almost like a Bluetooth receptacle for Z, so that if we throw it onto this guy, Z can hack him even though they're not touching.
It's the idea that you're going to like put like a little sort of like a receptacle of Honey Boy on it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, like there has to be some like DNA matter, I guess, if that is viable.
Click a bit out of me.
Well, I imagine because it sticks onto him, and then like this little tendril of Honey Boy goes and sort of finds a place to interface. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
it relies on like you sort of like sticking it like somewhere close to the location and like doing it,
Sounds
but like
really
it's
good.
it's sort of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then I'm just gonna like really quietly and nondescript hand it back. Puff puff pass.
Puff, puff, pass. You're going to make me do the dex throw.
Well,
Fair enough,
do you
though.
really want me to do it?
There's no way you can shoot it, is there? There's no way your gun can fire it? Because you're really good at shooting, right?
There is no way the gun can fire
Okay.
yet. Like, you know, that's
Yes.
not an
So-
attachment that Cleo has
Something
built.
we can figure out in the future.
You can have like a 1-2 punch where like Cleo shoots a little thing onto them, and then you're like,
Oh, I love
I
this
feel
idea
like
so
we-
much.
you guys need that shit. I mean, you know how you were going to get K2 to make a weapon?
Yeah.
There
well,
we
it
go.
needs to do that.
It needs
An
to do that.
anti-Deets weapon.
Oh, that
Yep.
sounds brilliant. Okay.
That's what happens when we finally get to go shopping, which I have not gotten to go shopping this whole time.
Yeah.
We've fought so many people. We've been here. We've evaded Bobby. We've met Rads. We have almost died in a sewer. I need to buy jelly caps. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now. Okay, I still haven't had my fried tentacle. Like, can you believe that? It's like, imagine being on holiday and you don't get fried tentacle until like 6 days in.
It's just all driving.
It's ridiculous.
Um,
Yes. That's every dad is like, oh, I've been on that trip. All driving.
All right, so you are going to throw then?
yeah. I guess.
Z,
if
are
I-
you better at throwing?
I don't have a -5 to my dexterity. I don't think so.
So he is
Okay.
better at throwing.
I am better at
So
throwing.
it is you.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say.
Well, I don't suppose you'd be able to have a look at these credentials.
What do you mean?
I'm going to throw you a chip,
Okay.
and you're going to be able to see by reading that chip that we also mean no harm. And
This
then we're
is
going to be able.
confusing me.
And then we're going to be able to have a nice conversation about everything. And hopefully, we can both parties walk away from this alive and unbroken.
Absolutely.
The hands still sort of like slowly twitching and moving. You can see like over the course of this time, it's maybe moved like 3 inches towards the gun strapped to its back.
Oh, I don't like that.
And if that
But it
hand
is
keeps
slowly
moving
getting
backwards, closer to that gun, then I will not be throwing this lifeline. I will be throwing another sort, a deadlier sort.
I do not know what you mean. My hand has been completely still.
Well, now I seen it. I seen it.
Yes.
Come on now. Come on now. I seen it. You're making me upset. You'd call an
My
alligator a
hands
lizard.
are not moving.
They did move. Now I seen it, and you don't make me want to empty my pocket. I already gave you candy. This ain't no way to welcome anybody. We thought you was a rat.
Cleo, I do believe that if this here Synth doesn't start playing ball, then maybe you'll be collecting another arm. Add to
Maybe
the
I will.
collection.
I got 3, but I got room for 5.
Alright, I'm gonna throw this card. I'm gonna throw this chip now.
Oh shit! Here we go. D20.
D20.
10.
It's a 10.
10.
It's as
That's better
average
than
as
I
you could
do.
possibly get, but it is.
That's
It's
really
it's sailing directly to the like this is this sort of sad like arching path as it's flying towards the droid.
in this game. 10 feels like a nat 20.
Yeah. Will he catch it though?
He doesn't have to. It's a magnet.
I've rolled an 11, and with blinding speed, although quite a sort of a slow reaction, the synth, the hand that had been moving slow, suddenly moves incredibly fast, reaches back, grabs the rifle, and does a dive roll out of the way of your throw, landing on one knee, holding the rifle, pointing it directly at Parter's head.
Fuck, Dick.
Wait, he's gonna. He's just aiming, right?
He's just aiming.
He picked up. He has the chip.
No, he just dodged the chip and let
Dodged the chip.
let it clatter onto the ground.
Cleo, can
Not
you activate it and will
interested
it
in that.
magnetize to him? Like, how much of
well,
it is sticky?
It's missed him.
It's
so
missed.
yeah.
Alright. Oh, fuck's okay. That's gone. Bugger.
Wait,
So I-
can I ask about the location of it? Like, how far away from him is it?
It's not super far away. It's like like he's done one dive roll away from it basically, and it landed where he was standing.
Okay, let's persuade him.
Nobody move. This weapon is armor and shield piercing and will make quick work of your friend.
Well, so's mine, little boy. And you know it was real rude of you to roll past my credentials that I was trying to unload to you because I was told that this was what I was meant to bring today.
It looks more like a weapon to me.
Oh, well, you know, you're really not thinking too hard about technology. That's all right. We're not all We're not all in that box. I sure ain't. And that's why I didn't make that. It was given to me by somebody who is aware of the capabilities of modern science. Now, if you could just look at it, you pick it up yourself. Don't worry, we won't touch it. We're not touching anything. You touch it. But if you don't want what we brought, well, now that does go against your prime directive, friend, and I can't help you with that. Don't pee down my back and tell me it's raining is all I'm saying.
I do not know how much longer I can stand this. Are the rest of you in position?
And suddenly, on either side of the rickshaw,
Okay.
2 more similar-looking synths flash into vision, holding equally ludicrously huge cannons.
Fuck.
Now you realize that these 2 coming out of stealth, one has one pointed at the jellyfish inside the honey boy, another pointed at Cleo's head.
Okay.
You have taken too long. We will be taking those credits now.
Okay, Dan, we gotta do something. They're gonna take the money and then we're just gonna get robbed. What about Parter? I don't want Parter to get hurt. Oh my god.
It's not our money, so they can take the money, and it's got a tracking device in it as well. Okay.
Okay.
Quickly, I will. Can I get access to the tracking device so I can follow it as well?
Not without getting into the case.
No, I can just ask Burnster to send us the details.
Oh yeah, Burnster. I mean, you know that it's in there, so like even though Burnster doesn't necessarily know, you know.
Okay,
I'm glad that you had that cool idea because
you could call her up and get her to track it for you. Yeah.
Let me.
I was about to make the kit like stick onto me in a way that it wouldn't come off, and then be like, I have to come with you.
That's also a pretty good tracking device.
And that is dumb, and I shouldn't do that.
Cleo, I will do the telepathy thing, I think, and bounce into Cleo's mind, and just say,
Okay.
Cleo, there is a tracking device inside the box. We can hand it over to them, and we can find them later. I do not think we can win this fight.
I'm gonna look over at Z and just go.
Understood.
And I'm gonna unclip it off of my back, and I'm gonna hold it in one hand and like lift my arms up in a symbol of surrender, and I'm just gonna say, well, you didn't say you were looking for a case. Hell, you really
Drop
need to
it
think
on the
about
ground.
details, friend. And I'm gonna like slide it over. That's just a little bit of an improvement for next time between you and me. Don't need to be embarrassed about it.
The synth who has the rifle trained on Cleo edges forward with little steps, keeping the gun trained on her as it kneels down, slowly picks up the case.
we rolled a 10.
Okay.
He rolled an 11. We were so close to getting that
So
bloody
close.
thing to work.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Literally like one
Wait,
roll and he would have just got caught by it.
he's not walking over the device. It's not like because that thing is on the
No,
ground.
this is another one of the synths. This is the
Okay.
one off to the
All right.
side. Who's
All right,
pointing at
I'm
Cleo.
just trying because we put a lot of work into it. and it
Because
just-
that first guy next to the device, he's just got it trained on Parter.
Okay. Well, we now know a cool thing
I
that we
do
can do
not-
another time. But damn,
Yeah. We're gonna make that a
it will
combo
happen.
attack.
It will happen.
And,
ZEO Speedwagon.
As sort of the synth hefts the case, sort of like doing like a real quick calculation of this. Yeah, this probably is the right amount of credits. It weighs the exact amount that amount of credits would weigh, so that seems good. Still keeping the gun trained on Cleo, and then suddenly the gun lifts up, no longer pointing at Cleo,
Okay.
as he quickly taps a device.
Dick's rolling again, you guys.
Oh, I think this is the stealth drives.
As the synth with the credits vanishes, just like you don't see which direction they fled after they vanish. They flicker out. The synth in front of you has rolled a natural one, so I'm going to deal with that. I'm going to deal with that last. The synth pointing at Dr. Z does vanish, but you can just clearly see like a flickery stealth effect rushing off back towards the mound.
Towards the
And,
mound. All right.
Towards the mound. And,
Okay.
I'm just going to roll a D100 for that natural one.
Yeah, let's see that.
Yeah.
It's nice when
63.
it's not me doing it.
Yeah.
The synth who
Make
the
it real
synth
bad.
who standing in
Stank
front
it
of you, so like takes a step backwards, so like like nervously, like he's dealing with the biggest threat really, because Parter, even though Parter's not a warrior, Parter is so much bigger than anyone else. Like Parter with one fist can kill most creatures just by
good.
grabbing them and
Good.
crushing them pretty much.
Good.
So so this synth is a little bit nervous, sort of stepping back, sort of tripping over, trying to activate the thing while also keeping the two-handed rifle trained on Parter. And
Oh my god, does he fall under the magnet?
instead of activating the stealth device, he trips over and falls on the magnet.
Yes! Thank you, Dickie. We got there. Yes.
Only needed a natural one.
Natty one
Natty
saves the day.
one. Natty one saves the day. Ba-da-da-ba-beep-ba-boop-ba.
And as it clips on, sort of stumbling about, pushing the button and stealthing, but still you can see the stealthy thing sort of
So
scrambling
stupid.
up off the ground.
So stupid
It
and
is
clumsy.
stuck on. You've got a brief window in which you could
Yep.
make a hacking attempt
Immediately.
with the little piece of honey boy flesh that's
Gonna-
still just alive on there. You kind of these things that they're going to die pretty quickly when they're yanked off you, so you're going to have to be strategic and in that sense. But
No, I'm going for it. So what am I rolling?
give me a hacking.
It's not a biohacking
Cleo-
though, is it? Because it's just
Just normal hacking. Yeah, there's no bio involved.
This is
pure
this is
tech.
actually hacking.
a natural
Natural one.
Oh no!
That is a war crime.
Oh my god, that is. I can't get a win this
Wait.
weekend, can I?
Wait. Hold on.
No, we need to do the 100. There's no
I
way
agree,
around
but
it.
I
Give me a
just,
D100.
I just don't really know how it works. Like the magnet is on him, right? Mm-hmm. And it just has the hacking.
100.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm shutting up now. I
You
have
know,
nothing
1
to-
and a 100. So yes, the thing is stuck onto the synth's back, and then
This
there's
is
a
the worst of
there's a
the
piece of
worst.
honey boy that comes out and plugs in.
In
And
his
is there
beehole.
trying to just plug in and get in there, hack the synth's central operating system.
This is so
Dr.
embarrassing.
Dr. Z is he's remotely manipulating, but it's fine. He's pretty good at it now. He's been in the honey boy for long enough. He's quite good at this sort of thing. He gets in there, he interfaces.
bad.
It's 100.
He clicks in,
It's
and then
100% bad.
It's so bad.
almost smug, almost gleeful. He's like, barely any resistances. This is so strange, What synth doesn't have a secure firewall protecting its own systems? What a fool! As Dr. Z gets in there,
NordVPN.
and he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna extract everything. I'm gonna get right in there and let's just since it's all just going into the memory banks of the honey boy nano system anyway. Let's just suck it all in there. It's not until it starts downloading that Z realizes he might have made some sort of error. It was a little bit too easy to get in there. And once it started, Dr. Z realizes he doesn't even seem to be able to stop it, as his operating system is suddenly being flooded with something he did not intend to take. And
Got an STD.
slowly, in his audio receptors, there's a building feeling, and then you can hear it it's just coming from behind. I'm no stranger to racism.
Oh
You
my
know the
God.
rules, and so do I.
Rickrolled the audience and us.
On repeat.
Oh my god.
In Dr.
Dick.
Z's audio sensors, he appears to now have Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. Full volume, looping.
That is 100
This is
bad.
great.
That is the worst of the
That's
worst.
100%. That's 100% bad.
Fuck.
Meanwhile, Cleo doesn't really understand what's going on, and she's really laughing at that synth because he seems like he's struggling, and she's just looking at him and laughing and having a candy. And oh, well, when Glob was handing out brains, that fool thought that Glob said trains, and he passed because he don't like to travel.
As Dr. Z is overtaken by an annoying, to say the least, repetitive tune. The scrambling, semi-invisible stealth form seems to have got itself up and is also rushing off. And this one in a different direction, not back towards the same mound, the one that you did see.
Interesting.
Sculler
Can we
out.
take note of what direction that one's going?
So they're both going, they're just sort of fleeing out, not towards the factory and not towards the city, just both sort of running off out into the trash wilderness.
Trash wilderness. That is truly where we are located at this time.
I still feel so... It was so much build up for a cool moment and then Rickrolled. Fuck.
What was a cool moment for them?
For them, yeah. We just set them up for a cool moment.
Wait, so can we quickly assess the damage here? Like, Z is rickrolled.
Z is a bit distracted. Like
how
Z,
many turns is this gonna last?
This is indefinite. This is there now.
Can I fix it?
Wait.
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna sit down.
Insidious.
I'm gonna you'll see the jelly boy
I'm gonna sit down.
You're gonna see the jelly boy slump down.
I mean, obviously Z can just climb out of the honey boy and he won't be hearing it anymore. But
no.
Oh, weird.
No, I need to try and fix the honey boy. I will. I guess, is it a medical kit or is it a hacking?
It's definitely hacking. Yeah.
Okay. 14.
So
can I turn the volume down a bit?
You're sort of getting in there, and you work out that you can turn down all the volume.
Yep, fuck it. Then for now, I'll just have no audio receptors.
You're going to be deaf.
I'll be deaf for a bit, I think.
Wait, so how will you hear when I talk to you?
He'll have to do it through telepathy. He'll have to keep like a little sort of mind thing.
Can I talk back to him like that way? Will that work?
Yeah, I mean, when you talk, you use your brain, right? So Z can listen that way.
Yeah,
debatable.
Yeah, I'll still be able.
I kind of assume like when Z is when he's not in a robot form, like he just listens telepathically anyway. Like he doesn't need audio. It's just a useful tidbit.
This is messed up.
Yeah, I'm going to take this hit.
Well, I remember these people are getting away with the money. So like,
right.
You can't make too many attempts anyway.
Right.
No, I think this is good.
Without consequence. So
this is good. Are you going to tell me what happened?
Yes. Actually, yeah, fair enough. I'll telepathically.
Are you going to lie and just say that it's damaged your audio sensors?
I actually hadn't thought about that. Yeah, that's probably like a good thing Z would do. Would be lie about not wanting to pair weak.
I have not been rickrolled.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will.
I do not have chlamydia right now.
Yeah. I'm going to telepathy to Cleo into Pater and say, I'm glad we made it out of there. The cyber attack I initiated seems to have had some unforeseen consequences. There's a bounce back. I need to repair the honey boy a little bit, but it was a minor thing from them. Those devils, I'll get them back for sure. Now, just for now, I'll be floating in your heads to communicate while I fix a small, minor problem.
It's a bit of a surprise. I didn't know you were a telepath there, Dr. Z. You're full of surprises.
Yes, thank you very much, Pater. I hope you're not too shaken up by the entire incident.
Well,
not
it's not
Pater.
the first time I've had a weapon pointed at my head in the last week, I'm afraid to report.
Yeah, Parter, they can handle anything. Parter's big and bad.
Yes.
Y'all right. And you and Z, those clowns, I knew they couldn't touch you. I knew it. I knew they couldn't.
They couldn't.
I seen them and I knew
They
it.
tried their best and they just minor effects.
What? Do we want to continue to the factory, or I mean, they've stolen your belongings?
Oh, well, Parter.
Actually, I've got a communication device, right?
Yep.
Fuck, but I can't hear it because
You can't hear it.
Cleo.
Yeah.
Cleo, could you please call Burnster? There was a tracking device in that chest. Perhaps.
Yeah, I know. I got. Hold on. I'm already dialing it. We got this, y'all. This is all right. Everything's fine.
So upsetting not being able to hear.
I'm calling her up. Bing.
Do you have him? Tell me that you have him.
Well, we're halfway there. We need you to. Can you now? We know that you put a tracker in the case. Yeah, we know. We found that.
What? I thought you'd made the handoff. I can see that it's moving.
Yeah, can you tell us where?
I'll send the details through, but please, how does this happen?
We're working here. This is our process. You understand that?
You've already lost the money. Like this is the only way that they were going to give him back, and now they've taken it.
All right, bye.
As Cleo is now being sent a live update of the location of
Why
the
doesn't
case.
my brain work like that? You got the answer you wanted and you just said, all right, bye. I was thinking like, now how do you get out of this conversation?
Bye.
Bye.
She's distraught. You don't want to be talking to her.
It's called being simple.
All right, bye.
Thanks, bye.
This is part of our process. Oh,
This is my creative process. Please do not detract from my creative process. Bye.
And you can see it's veering off. It is actually sort of heading almost towards the factory. The factory's got sort of this big wall yard, and it looks as though it's sort of beelining. It's not that far away because it's just this person scampering on foot. But it's it looks like it's vanishing off around behind the factory wall.
Like inside the campus of the factory or outside?
Outside, but around behind the wall.
Okay. And it's still moving or has it stopped?
It's still moving. It's getting its way that way.
Okay, I am having a feeling that, like, part of me doesn't want to bring Parter.
yeah, same. Big same.
And so, didn't you have, like, a stealth function as part of your original character build? That we just
No.
never ever use? Okay,
Never did
I thought,
it.
no.
He's
thought there
got
might be.
hacking and healing.
Okay,
is,
never
Z's
mind.
expertise.
I had, like, a false image
I
of
think
you.
like
We talked about it, though.
in an earlier draft of Dr. Z, he was maybe going to have.
He was
stealth.
gonna be really stealthy.
I was going to go super assassin,
think we-
yeah.
We've had like a good look at how stealth technology works now as well. So you can see that like having the technology is useful even if you don't have the stealth skill, because even when they
we're gonna have
fail
to
the
get some.
rolls,
Right.
they're still quite good at getting away. You know,
I'm
they
over
can kind
here
of.
writing up a
Add it to
freaking
the list,
shopping
yeah.
list.
So it's it's
Add it to the
useful
list.
technology even if you use it badly, because like you're still like transparent. You know, it's harder to spot.
You can't really complain about that. Is the thing.
I mean obviously the failed roll let Dr. Z just like smack that dude with an energy shield, but
What's your feeling, Cleo? Do you want to go in, like, just go in stealth blazing? Or...
I think we should get rid of Parter
Yeah.
and just send him out. I don't think it really matters where. I think we just tell him, like, hey, we'll hook up with you later. You need to get safe. And then we could go into K2K2's workshop, and they might be having the same kind of meltdown as Bernsta.
I actually agree with that. Yeah.
And then maybe we can get quick help
And they're
then head right back
and
out.
they're right behind the K2K2 thing. So
Yeah,
if
maybe
we-
like what if there's even like what if once we talk to those people there's like a tunnel system or something?
Yeah.
Like what if we hit the sewers again?
yeah, let's just go in and explain ourselves. Yeah, I think I agree. Let's go to K2K2's warehouse and either
And
explain
hope
our
that we don't
situation
get another
or
100.
or get permission to go through the factory to get to where we see them.
Yeah.
Because we could
Because
do
this is likely not a K2 production.
I don't think so, yeah. If they're right behind, then we could get permission to jump, like maybe jump off the factory onto them or something like that. Like,
Right.
I like that.
Because K2 is either in there and doesn't know this has happened
Yeah.
and does know us as customers,
Yeah.
and could help us because K2 is ex-military, or K2 has also been compromised
100%.
and then they'll want our help.
and that's the safest place for Parter too, hopefully. So let's do it.
Right, he could be in there.
Yeah, we can leave
I love
Parter
it.
in the studio.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
one of the few buildings in this joint that he can get inside.
All right,
That-
Dickie.
there-
Corridor us in.
There you go.
So finally, after deliberating for some, not a massive amount of time, but a short deliberation.
Yeah.
Sped up, I guess, by Dr. Z's non-communicative, so he just has to like transfer thoughts back and forth anyway. And Parter, like sort of nodding and strongly picking up the rickshaw again and carrying you to the front of the factory. They're dragging you in, and as you sort of get there, you can see there's like a gate, a closed gate that just goes and opens up upon your arrival.
It's a castle?
Sort of. I mean, it's just got it's got a perimeter fence with a gate that opens
It's
up.
a
That
castle!
means only
And-
one thing.
And inside there's a big sort of squared off factory. You could call it like a sort of a techno castle if you want.
Heck.
Techno castle.
castle.
And there's
Dang.
cameras just sort of like watching you as you step inside. You get inside there and you can see like when you get in, there's sort of a security box to one side where a synth sort of just gives you a nod. Has a kind of a long conical face, but again is decked out in this sort of the angular, bright coloured armor of K2K2.
Oh, okay. So K2's bots are bright. The bots we saw just before were all dark and didn't even have a head. Okay, feeling
Yeah,
good.
they were kind of featureless.
We're good.
Feeling good.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
And as you can see, Parter is able to bring the rickshaw all the way up to the front of the factory where they park it down, sort of like looking up in, and the factory door sort of swings open, big enough for Parter to step through. With a
there
little
stairs?
bit of a duck.
Is there stairs to go up to get to the door?
Please. Please.
Oh yes. Yeah. This thing is raised up like a town hall, and there's finally
Oh my
big wide
God.
stairs as Parter sort of like parks up the rickshaw, sort of gazes up at the door, and then sort of looking down at the two of you, smiling a little bit and giving us sort of like a all right.
We are all smiling weird in this moment and just going,
Yes.
And they start ascending the stairs with like a little sort of giggle. Ooh.
oh, Party, you're doing it. Get them stairs. Stare it up.
Stare it up.
Stairmaster.
Putting one
Party.
hand down on the stair, just to sort of like
Calm myself down here.
Oh, step it up.
they do have to sort of do it tiptoe to fit onto the stairs, but they're able to climb up these stairs.
I ain't
and,
never seen anybody
and
take stairs that
squeeze
good.
in, squeeze in, about 5 steps at a time as well, and squeeze in through the door into the factory.
Yes.
Heck yes.
Small victories.
And as you
everywhere.
follow in behind, you are greeted by none other than K2K2 himself, who is standing unguarded. No other synths around. There are other synths around,
cool.
just sort of like shifting stuff around. You see like these big blocky blasters, like guns that are kind of just like a big like blue rectangle that you just sort of shove your hand in and ka-ching.
What?
A lot of this sort of K2K2 has a very simple style, but it's a very
Let me get one of them pain
very
boxes.
distinct one.
Yeah. With the
K2K2
pain box written across it.
It looks as though he is waiting
in the box.
for you, like,
You are early, but Midas' preliminary designs are ready, my friends.
Oh
Okay,
my God,
since
the
we're standing
temptation
here,
to do that instead is high.
can I do another quick hacking now to try and fix the audio box?
give it a go.
Give it a go. 24.
Oh, you only needed 20.
Ah, wicked. Okay, good.
It's gonna be okay.
Okay, cool.
So Dr. Z is
Small
able
victories.
finally
We're on an upward
to
swing, baby.
We're going
to
up,
get
up, up.
rid of the virus.
Never gonna give you up or let you down.
Purge it from the operating system of the Honey Boy.
You know,
Never
like I'm gonna
run
purge
around
it
and
into
desert
a.
you.
I'm gonna move
Never
that.
gonna
Like,
give you.
gonna move that bit of the program into like a part of the Honey Boy and like cut it off, and then like you know how in Spirited Away there's the slug that tries to run away that's got the virus in it, and then Parter can stomp on it and kill it. And I'd be like,
Partner down.
I don't know what that was and what you wanted me to do that for, but well, you know, something I'm quite good at.
Thank
It's
you
nice
very
to
much,
get asked
Parter.
to
You
do
have
it for
just
a change.
defeated the grandest foe I have ever faced.
In that moment, can we hear it? Can we hear it? Can we?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
now we all know.
yeah. Oh
And
right,
then
right.
somebody in the back of K2K2's like shop goes, "Oh yeah,
Oh, that's a bad one.
oh I got that last week."
That's why you don't hack a synth.
Yeah.
The vibes, the whole studio is just like, "Oh my God, he did it. He done did it. He tried it. He tried it."
Say, yes, K2, we were a bit eager to see you. Is there anywhere we could go in private to chat about these early designs?
Absolutely. My office is back here.
Excellent. Is it okay for Parter to wait here?
That would be for the best. They would not fit through the door.
Parter sort of like nodding glumly and like sort of plodding over to a great big wide desk. This place is a big open workspace, and there seem to be these big desks where individual synths sort of like come in and they sort of work on something and then they pick it up and then wander off somewhere else. It seems as though they're kind of like these little mobile hot stations where they just sort of come in, do something, and then get off it again. So Parter just sits down on an occupied one and sort of like gives you a nod.
Actually, I was thinking, for this private chat, could we go to the back of your station, somewhere up high? Maybe, have you got a balcony up there? Or...
This is a strange request, but you are strange people after all. I can aid with this.
That's true.
All right,
That is
cool.
the truth.
Follow me.
So K2, when he turns around, his head swivels first, then his shoulder plate, and then the middle section, then his body, and he's turned around without
that's so
actually having to
cool.
turn around as he starts moving, just very efficiently. Like as he's turning, he's already taking that first step with his backwards leg, and then it turns around the right way.
Jeez.
That's so cool.
And there's a he sort of takes you off to one side where there's a stairway just sort of going straight up. It sort of leads you up. And the stairway, unlike the sort of the curving around the outside stairwell that Kheen had, K2 has a much more utilitarian, almost like a fire escape style stairway that sort of leads up to the top of the factory.
And are we quite private now? Are we away from?
So you're private on the stairs anyway. There's no one busting up and down them. But you're going to wait till you get to the balcony, or begin a conversation like en route?
I was only going to start en route if it was like a private, if we were like away from the hustle and bustle. But if we're
Oh, you're still sort of up above this open plan factory floor.
Yeah, no. Then just keep following then.
So K2 just sort of marches along, leading you up into the upper levels, and then sort of walking up to a door, which again swings open on its own as he approaches it, and you come out onto it's a balcony. It's quite a thin, narrow, very rectangular balcony with quite a low wall, just sort of looking out over the trash. The building itself is taller than the boundary wall, but it is like sort of a couple meters out, so you can look down, you can see the boundary wall.
Oh, yep.
Sort of out there, as K2 sort of beckons you to come in, and then the door just sort of closes behind you.
Nice.
Are you ready to see my masterpiece?
Yes, but there's something else I need to ask you, K2.
By all means, ask it.
The tracking device, are we still getting a reading that's down there?
So it is down there. You can't see anything, but like on the other side of the wall, like sort of off. It's because you're at a certain corner of the factory building, and it's kind of like way off to one side of the wall. But you can look at the map and you can look at the wall and you can sort of see like wherever it is, it's right behind that wall.
Cleo has the tracker situation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna like kind of. I'm imagining that it's on my arm communicator,
like
one of my little screen,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna like hook my arm out so that K2 can see, with no explanation, and I'm gonna be like, "That's right there. We were robbed."
Yes, K2, we were robbed on our way here, and we were robbed under false pretenses. You see, Kheen has been abducted, and we received a note saying to bring 100,000 credits because K2 had stolen Kheen.
Kheen! That is ridiculous. The man probably stole himself.
Is this something Kheen
Maybe.
would do?
I don't think there's anything Kheen wouldn't do. I can assure you, I have not made the request, and I will not be accepting any credits beyond that which you will pay me for my designs.
The bandits. They are right down there. We ask with your permission to go after them, as it is just outside of your compound.
My permission I will grant you. However,
Of course.
I must warn you that I can offer very little support. Several key members of my staff have gone missing this morning.
And you don't find it odd that happened this morning, and now Kheen has been abducted in your name?
Perhaps. But Kheen has not been abducted.
Well,
How do you know that?
It just sounds like the sort of thing Kheen would do. Always vying for attention. Mark my words, he'll be back tomorrow and charging an even steeper rate.
these workers of yours, please describe them.
Dumber than a mud fence.
Describe them. They are, much like me, modular synths, built for war, and fantastic designers and builders of my devices.
Now, are you missing any inventory for stealth field generators?
I do not know. I must confess, we do not keep very close tabs on surplus stock.
All right.
What do you know about the faceless synths?
Ooh, what a cool name.
Faceless?
Oh yeah.
The face is merely optional, Cleo.
K2 reaches up, and there's like a little as things are sort of being unbolted and unclipped, and he pulls off his face. And behind the sort of the bright red angular shell, the design that has like little glowing lights to express emotion, he pulls it away, and behind is a faceless synth head, not dissimilar to the three that accosted you earlier.
Oh, why am I so into that?
Yeah.
Jesus.
There you go, K2. Now you
That's
look
so-
exactly like those who
So
accosted
fucking
us.
cool.
Do you wish to see my designs, or would you rather deal with your private matters first?
I really want to see
I
those
really
designs.
would like to see them, K2, but we really must get this.
We gotta quash this.
Yes.
Cause you see now, I don't like my business being out in the open like this. And a gun was pointed at my fuzzy head today, right out in the parking lot.
My jelly butt.
I can't abide that. Yeah. And my friend Parter,
Oh,
they didn't do nothing to deserve any of this.
none of it.
This is just really not the way. This is not the way. I gotta tell you.
I understand.
Now, before we take this leap, do you think that we could acquire a stealth kit from yourself? From your surplus?
I am willing to part with one if I am assured that I will at least see some of your business upon your return.
Absolutely. We will pay for that regardless. And then some.
Well then, have mine.
As K2 sort of clicks and a breastplate sort of goes and opens up. It's all backlit inside there as he reaches in and pulls out kind of just like a cubic little device.
Oh my god. My
Closes
glove.
up again. And
I think I'm in love with them.
Yeah.
hands it over to Cleo.
You know how to use one of these things.
I sure as shit do not. Wait, Cleo is like a weapons expert, so I feel like Taylor doesn't know, but Cleo probably would.
I mean, Cleo kind of knows how they work.
I would imagine she does, but being like an organic individual versus synth, it feels like for a modular synth, this is like a thing that you kind of plug onto a motherboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're gonna need to sort of like bang it onto a power source. But you could probably.
But I do have armor.
Yeah, you could like chitching it into your armor.
Would it be more logical to put it on Z?
Wait, can
Maybe because like Z can literally power the thing from the honey boy.
Right. So maybe it goes to Z instead.
Well, I was thinking, I know we like doing this, but maybe we do like a bit of a, like a, what's that, fusion?
I was feeling that.
And
I was feeling that. It feels like.
Yeah, because I need
feels
your
like fusion
parachute
time.
to get down there safely, and you need me to power this thing. So maybe you step into the honey boy and we stretch it around.
Just a parachute back plate
Exactly.
sticking out.
It's time for us to become Daniel.
Daniel. Or Zio?
Zio.
Zio.
You're about to witness something incredibly cool, and it may help you with your designs. Step back, K2. We must
K2.
form Zio.
K2 takes it
Zio.
completely seriously. His leg section sort of rotating around backwards so he can take an efficient step backwards before rotating back into the place.
Shit, I like them so much.
Inflate the honey boy like a big bubble for Cleo to step into.
This is just like Sailor Moon. Yeah. Colors are happening. Yes.
As Cleo steps inside the honey boy, plugging in the stealth unit, which Dr. Z sort of like, is able to interface with and sort of, I can power that thing up and turn it on. As you sort of power it up, there's a flickering, and you have this sort of stealth effect around you as the two of you are now encapsulated in a transparency, a light refraction technology. As you are able to sort of close up the honey boy and merge into the Zio creature, stepping out onto the parapet.
Zio.
K2, I cannot wait to see what you've designed. We'll be right back.
Good luck out there.
Cleo, let's get this bread.
Oh my god. I'm so twisted. I'm about.
That's what my
K2,
friends
K2.
always say when they're playing Apex and they're jumping out of the plane. They're always like, let's go get this bread,
I really like that,
Protect the
both
bag.
Kheen and K2, whenever they're on screen, you guys are like, oh, I love this one. Like, they're completely different. Like,
So
yeah, they've got their own
I know,
thing
but,
going on, but
K2's so freaking
So cool.
Like, so cool.
Let's do a run. Can we do a running jump?
you should. You've got to clear a couple meters here.
We
so.
have activated, just be sure to say that we have activated the damn thing.
Yes. Is it on?
Because imagine if we do this, and then Dick goes, you didn't say that.
Okay, so you've activated stealth, you've got your parachute ready to go, and you're going to take a running jump, is that right?
Yeah, parachute.
Parachute,
Alrighty.
running jump, Zeo.
So I'll get
stealth,
you to do. I'll
whole
get you to do
shebang.
a stealth roll. I'll get you to do a stealth
that
roll
bread.
as
Let's get that bread.
as you're
That bread.
actually
Maybe some
as you're
bread.
actually coming into sight of anyone. So we won't worry about how well you're stealthing yet. You are transparent.
Okay.
That is just the technology is doing that. But you can take just like a running jump together and activate the parachute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's have a dexterity roll from Zig, I guess.
Okay, good.
From me.
I feel like you're the one doing the running when Cleo's inside. It's hard to say.
Well, we're both doing the running, right?
Yeah, what do we even look like when we're like this?
I mean, it's just
I'm imagining it's like Cleo inside like this sort of puffy transparent suit with like all sorts of bits all floating in it, and like Dr. Z sort of just there next to her, like, cheek to cheek, like sort of floating there.
I mean, I imagine
Really?
that the jelly as well would take like a kind of puffer jacket look. You know, there'd be like lines.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. It'd be very.
I'm seeing it.
Basically, it's
Michelin Man.
Globby Space Princess. It's
Oh, okay.
But with a bear inside it. You know, because it's inflated.
I'm totally picturing Cleo just like doing this,
yeah.
but like
Like
with pointed limbs,
just
like
sort
a
of
starfish.
T-posing and floating inside.
Yeah, like pointed.
Yeah.
Just give me a basic dex roll. Honestly, it's not a difficult jump to make from this height.
7. Oh.
You are the wind beneath.
You don't
my
do a great job.
wings.
So, like, I mean, you're struggling to carry Cleo.
Sorry.
You're sort of like, well, you can't even see your legs because they're transparent. You're not used to this. You get over. You don't trip over though. You sort of jump, and it's quite a pathetic jump, and it looks as though you're not really going to clear the wall, but you are quite a bit higher than it, and you already have a trajectory going. So if Cleo is going to operate the parachute, you probably will still clear the wall.
Punch it.
I thought that might happen. So Cleo,
Great.
ka-chinging on the parachute as Dr. Z does this little sort of pathetic half jump, and you start plummeting,
So
and then the parachute pops out, and you're drifting, and you can see that like you're gonna have to kind of duck and kind of have to pull your knees up like that, but you will make it over the wall.
We are professionals.
Yes.
And so sort of like hoisting up,
Little
falling up as you
victories.
drift up over the wall, and as you are coming,
Counts. Made
as you're
it.
coming over the wall, as you begin to get a vision below what's on the other side of the wall, you can see
What if
a
we don't
small starship
Oh.
with its ramp down, and outside there's a small group of people. You recognize the 3 bandits who robbed you. You can see one of them is still carrying the case of credits. And you see a few other people. They're all sort of dressed quite secretive. Like they've got these sort of like big hooded cloaks over them. They're all sort of walking up the ramp, of various sizes. As they're all sort of like stepping inside there, you see one of them, a smaller hooded and cloaked figure,
Oh my god.
walk up to the 3 bandits, and there's some sort of conversation going as the case is handed over to them, and they begin trotting up the ramp.
That's the fucking assistant.
And that's the end of the episode.
Oh my god.
I can't believe I'm gonna have to wait to find out. I'm dying.
I think I'm so
can't
shocked
handle
with
it.
it, but Tay, I think, sorry about the bad rolls from me, but I think we did the right things.
That's what
know?
we do.
I think we still managed
We
to do the right
bad
things.
roll. I think that the story is moved forward no matter what the role is.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Like, I
Yeah,
think-
the
So
role
it's-
just
I
depends
think
if you
it's
succeed
okay.
or fail.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sorry about it because I think that, I mean,
It just
if we
feels
didn't
bad,
roll
but yeah,
badly.
I mean,
well,
it's poor game design if the only option is your eventual success. Like, like sometimes like people like you see like
Right.
D&D campaigns where it's like, okay, if you want to get through this wall, someone's going to have to roll a successful arcane check to decipher the signals. It's like, well,
You just stand there and
what
keep
you-
rolling.
yeah, like what there needs to be like
Right.
an alternative. Like, it's,
No.
you succeed or you
I
fail.
like,
Either way,
see,
the
I
story
like
goes
that
on.
But I've
because
had
when
so
we
much
do
fun.
succeed, it feels
Yeah.
so good.
It does. It feels great.
And I kind of like, I mean, because the thing is we still get to enjoy the brain imagery of what we thought we were trying to do. So, like, the cool thing that we wanted to happen still lives in the story.
Yeah, 100%.
But we have of the relatable failure of not having done that, we do something else, and then we have to problem solve. And I love that because I think when we have to problem solve, that's when we do the coolest shit.
Yeah. I love us jumping off this wall. And I
like a little bit crap.
And I love that you just gave us one stealth
it.
field, so you kind of like has to be Zio.
We have to work together.
Yeah.
We have to be Zio. And it's just cool. I don't know. I'm I'm not sure what to think about K2 right now. Like, let's hedge bets right now. Who do you think did this?
I think that this is organized
do you think they worked together?
I think Kheen has no idea. I think this has all been orchestrated by the assistant. And I think K2
It does feel like she did this.
Yeah, because remember, last time we played, last week, she was pretending and hamming it up and like doing what she thought she needed to do to get us to come out here.
Right.
So I think it's organized by her. I think when we saw Kheen's room, we were shown a picture of like someone who's kind of disconnected and is just a pure artist and is just like not really caring about a lot of things, and then does what they think they need to do to get the clients. So that's why I don't think it's Kheen. And K2 I think is just a really honest droid synth who just like is, because every step of the way has just been like, okay, yes, you're weird. Okay, here you go. Yep, cool. You know, it's just been like, so I think this is...
Yeah, it does feel like it could be the assistant.
Yeah, I think it's the assistant.
And she's and I mean, like, who's more disgruntled
she's
than
suspicious.
the assistant of somebody,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
But I'll be
she's
fucking
been
shocked
dealing
if
with
it's
his
Bobby.
shit.
I mean, it's someone small.
If it turns out to be Bobby, I'm going to be
But Bobby's out of space for you!
Oh,
In my freaking
I wish,
spaceship!
I wish I'd planned all along for it to be Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh my
But that would be a
goodness.
little bit like, you remember in the Scooby-Doo movie where it turns out to be Scrappy-Doo, and it's just like, it's
Yeah.
a little bit hammy.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know how much of this I'll keep in like us hypothesizing. I don't know if you.
I like the fact that we don't know what's going on, and the people don't know too.
Yeah.
And so,
so
like,
if I've
they'll
stepped
be,
on
at the
anything
end,
too
they'll be-
close, then I can remove it just in case. I don't know, but I don't know.
No, I mean, like, I think all the hypotheses are fun.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
It's not
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you've revealed, like, you've just
No,
said,
yeah.
like, a few
'Cause
things
we don't
that
know.
you
We
think
don't
it
know.
is.
Yeah, we don't.
I can tell you've got some things right, some things wrong.
Okay. No.
Oh shit! Hey, we finally got a piece right.
Oh, we've finally become
You
Cedric.
get stuff right all the time.
Yeah.
There was something quite recent that you hit the nail on the head.
Look at that! Look at that! We're leveling up. We're leveling up no matter what. I'm just glad. I'm glad that Parter is not dead.
Yeah.
That's what I'm glad about. We did it.
Hey, thank you all. You made it to the end of the episode, and
You have.
And welcome to the end of the episode.
welcome to the end
To the
of
end
the episode.
of the episode. Oh, I can't let you go. It's unnatural. You belong. So
You'll be able to line those up so that harmonizes properly. It'd be great.
I definitely think it will be really worth keeping. But we're here, you're here, and we're only here because you're here. Thanks for what you do.
Well, but check it-
Patrons!
Yeah, patrons.
You're our favorite. You help us grease the wheels on this spaceship, and you are cheaper by the dungeon.
Yes, cheaper.
And Lucas Duff. Duff. From Ballad of the Seven Dice. And Marcus Brackelman.
Oh, Brackley boy.
Marcus. And Eric B. Rhodes.
Country roads.
We're coming for you. And Noodle, also known as Dan.
Dan Noodles.
Dan the Noodle Man. And the Abale Queen, Map Maker. And Nicole Snyder.
Hey guys, it's Nicole.
And Randy Lovings.
Randy.
I'm under your
I think I heard something about a shitstorm brewing. I don't know. And Ybots999, a real synth
Also a human.
called Sam, but don't tell anyone. And Trevor. Trevor forever.
Treasure forever.
Shout, Trevor.
The voice of Rads.
Raccoon is safe.
And Ben from No Mercy Podcast, Funky Wee Man
Bridge troll.
himself.
Hey there, Ben.
And Daphne, also known as
Dolph.
Doff.
Watch out.
And Dog Meat.
Just the
That is their real name.
And we're coming for you.
Well, the dogs are. Haha. And Shima.
Shima.
Don't worry, Shima. You
Boy,
won't
this
die.
is getting scarier and scarier, isn't it? And Jimmy,
Pale.
the artist.
Yes. Jimmy the artist.
I don't think it's pale. I think it's palais.
You don't need to worry, Jimmy. You're our favorite.
Yeah, Jimmy. We love you, Jimmy. And Max.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Max. Don't close your eyes. For
Oh, yeah.
To the max.
To the maximum. We love you.
We love you all. Far too much.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us for another episode. We'll be back next week with Sidearm on Tuesdays,
Oh, yes.
Main Campaign Orbital Refuse on Thursdays,
Oh, double yes.
and that's it.
Yeah, you want to know what's happening? You got to be back.
Yeah.
So come
Yeah,
back to the
I wanna know what's happening.
Backwater Backstairs.
See you next time.
Back.
Bye.
Ciao.
Goodbye.
Don't fall asleep.
This is like when you have to leave This is like when you leave a CD on for a really long time.
Tune in next time for another edge of your seat adventure in space with the Backwater Bastards.
If you enjoy listening, but also have eyes, check out our Instagram, where we post drawings, illustrations, character art from our adventures. Backwater_bastards. Check out our